Here was a peasant and he had a little son. Once, when the peasant was going to the field, a little boy followed him. The father tried many times to stop him, but the boy did not give up and followed him. On the way, the boy got thirsty and turned towards the spring. When he drank the water, he looked up and saw an apple tree covered with red apples. He could not stand it anymore. He gritted his teeth and climbed up the tree. He picked the apples and began to eat. Where was he and where not? A short-tailed old woman appeared at the base of the apple tree. "Son, knock down a branch with your foot. I will pick a couple of apples," shouted the old woman. The child knocked down the apple branch. The old woman pulled him towards her, took the child by the leg, brought him down, put him in a basket, tied his head and made him run home with a thump. On the way, the old woman removed the basket, placed it on the side of the road, and herself turned off the road. On her way back, the boy climbed out of the basket, threw stones and gravel inside, tied his head and climbed back up the apple tree. The old woman returned, tied the basket again, brought him home and called to her daughter-in-law, "Daughter-in-law, daughter-in-law, bring Gobi. I have brought you a golden-haired boy." The daughter-in-law happily let Gobi run out of the hut. The old woman removed the basket and was terribly surprised when the basket was filled with stones and gravel. The old woman ran back to the apple tree, hid there, and again tripped the boy down and brought him home with a rope tied around his neck. The daughter-in-law brought out a basket again. The old woman removed the basket's head, and rolled the golden-haired boy on the basket. The son-in-law and mother-in-law raised and fattened the golden-haired boy. Once the old woman was walking somewhere and quietly said to her son-in-law, "Kill that boy, put it in a pot on the fire, and cook it for me for dinner." The boy listened.